Good evening, everyone. Today I want to speak to you about something that has shaped my life, my journey, and my success, the power of persistence. There will be moments when the road gets hard, when the dream seems distant, when every step forward feels like it takes more energy than you have left. But I want you to remember this: never stop until you get it. We live in a world where instant gratification is everywhere. You send a text and you expect a response right away. You post a picture and within seconds you're looking for likes. We want everything quick, fast, and easy. But the truth is, the most valuable things in life don't come instantly. The most meaningful goals take time, effort, and unshakable determination. When you want something deeply, when you can feel it in your bones, don't just wish for it, work for it. And when it doesn't happen right away, don't give up. It might take longer than you expect. The path might look different than what you imagined, but you have to keep going. You have to keep showing up. Every setback is not a stop sign, it's a stepping stone. Every challenge is not a wall, it's a window into your own strength. So when things get tough, when the odds feel stacked against you, remind yourself of this: never stop until you get it. The dream is within you for a reason. Your vision was given to you because you're capable of achieving it, but you have to commit. You have to dedicate yourself fully and trust that the effort you put in today will pay off tomorrow. Don't let fear, doubt, or delay hold you back. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not possible, that it's not your time. You decide your destiny. You shape your future with every decision, every effort, and every ounce of persistence you put in. And when you finally achieve what you've been working for, it won't just be about the goal itself, it will be about the person you became along the way. Stronger, wiser, more resilient. That's the true reward. So I leave you with this one message: never stop until you get it. Don't stop halfway. Don't stop because it's hard. Don't stop because it didn't happen overnight. Keep going, keep believing, keep fighting for your dream, because it's yours and you will get it. Dreaming big is about having a vision so grand, so expansive that it almost scares you. It's that idea that keeps you awake at night, imagining all the ways it could change your life and the lives of those around you. But here's the truth: while that big dream is your destination, the journey starts much smaller, and that's perfectly okay. You don't have to leap straight into the grandeur of your vision all at once. In fact, most of the people you admire, the ones who've achieved great things, didn't start at the top. They started with what they had, where they were, and they took that first small step. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't flashy, but it was necessary. You see, the small steps teach you everything you need to know to get to that big dream. When you begin with something manageable, it allows you to build the foundation you need for long-term success. Those early days may feel like they're far from the vision you're holding in your heart, but every great structure needs a solid foundation. Every big idea has humble beginnings. There's power in starting small because it allows you to learn, to grow, and to adapt as you go. If you jumped straight into the deep end, unprepared, you might not be able to handle the weight of that big dream. But by starting small, you give yourself the space to master each step, to build your confidence, and to strengthen your resolve. And there's something else that happens when you start small: you gain momentum. Success doesn't come in one giant leap. It's the sum of countless small steps taken day by day with consistency and intention. Each step brings you closer, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. The key is to keep moving forward. It's the small daily actions, the small wins that compound over time and eventually turn into something extraordinary. Starting small also helps you stay grounded. It teaches you patience. It reminds you that anything worth having doesn't come easily. You learn to appreciate the process, to value the effort you're putting in, even when the results seem far off. It's in these early moments, the small beginnings, where you develop the grit and resilience that will carry you through the tougher parts of the journey. So don't be discouraged by small beginnings. Embrace them. Nurture them. Because within that small step, there's a seed of greatness. You may not see it sprout overnight, but if you keep watering it, if you keep showing up, eventually it will grow into something far bigger than you could have ever imagined. And when that moment comes, you'll look back and realize that every small step was essential. Every little effort was necessary to create something truly magnificent. Dream big, but never underestimate the power of starting right where you are with what you have. Those small beginnings, they are the first steps to something extraordinary. Belief in yourself is not just a nice idea or a motivational phrase. It's the very foundation of everything you do, the bedrock upon which your entire life is built. Without it, nothing else matters. You can have the skills, the talent, the opportunities, but if you don't believe you're capable, none of it will manifest into something real. Your self-belief is the force that fuels your dreams and moves them from the intangible to the tangible. It all starts with the way you see yourself. The world reflects back to you what you project. If you walk into a room doubting your worth, unsure of your abilities, that energy speaks before you even say a word. People will only believe in you as much as you believe in yourself. It's not arrogance, it's certainty. It's knowing that what you bring to the table is valuable, even if the world hasn't fully recognized it yet. But believing in yourself isn't something that just happens one day. It's a practice. It's a decision you make every single morning when you wake up. On the days when everything is going wrong, on the days when you're not sure if you're enough, that's when self-belief matters most. You have to tell yourself, even in the quietest moments of doubt, I am enough, I am worthy, I am capable. You have to drown out the noise of fear and insecurity with the voice of confidence. And let's be real, there will be voices, both internal and external, that try to shake that belief. People will doubt you, criticize you, and project their own fears onto you. But here's what you need to remember: their doubts are not your truth. Just because someone else can't see it doesn't mean it's not possible for you. They don't have your vision, they don't feel your passion, they don't live your life. Only you know what's inside you, and that's all that matters. When you believe in yourself, you tap into a power that no one can take away from you. You give yourself permission to fail, knowing that failure isn't the end, it's just part of the journey. You stop looking for external validation because you already know your worth. The opinions of others no longer dictate your direction. Your path becomes clearer and you walk it with purpose. But it's important to understand that self-belief doesn't mean you have all the answers or that you never feel fear. It's not about pretending to be invincible. It's about trusting that no matter what comes your way, you have what it takes to figure it out. It's knowing that even in the face of challenges, you will find a way through. That trust in yourself is what gives you the courage to take risks, to step into the unknown, to bet on yourself when no one else will. There will be moments when self-belief is all you have, when no one else can see the dream you're chasing, when the road is long and lonely, when the setbacks feel overwhelming. That's when you need to dig deep and remind yourself of who you are. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you know. And the only thing standing between you and your dreams is your willingness to believe that you can do it. When you believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. Not because the road is easy, but because you refuse to give up on yourself. You stop asking for permission to be great and start demanding it from yourself. You take control of your destiny because you know that your belief is the first and most important step to achieving anything. So if there's one thing you need to nurture, it's your self-belief. It's the most powerful tool you have. When you believe in yourself, the world starts to align with you, doors begin to open, and opportunities reveal themselves. Not because they weren't there before, but because now you're ready to see them, you're ready to step into them. And most importantly, you're ready to claim them. Setbacks are inevitable. No matter how perfectly you plan, how hard you work, or how much you prepare, life will always throw you curveballs. You will experience disappointment. You will fall short. But here's the truth: setbacks are not a sign that you're on the wrong path. They're part of the path. They are woven into the fabric of every success story, not as obstacles, but as stepping stones. The moment you begin to see setbacks for what they truly are, lessons in disguise, is the moment you begin to transform your life. It's easy to get frustrated when things don't go your way, to feel defeated when you encounter failure. But each setback holds a lesson. And if you're willing to embrace that lesson, you'll come back stronger, wiser, and more resilient. There's wisdom in the pain of failure. When something doesn't work out, it's not the end of the road, it's simply a detour. It's life's way of redirecting you, nudging you to dig deeper, to reassess, to try again with a new perspective. In every setback, there is an opportunity to ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? When you start to ask those questions, you turn what feels like a defeat into a moment of growth. The truth is, if everything worked out perfectly all the time, you wouldn't develop the strength you need to sustain long-term success. Setbacks force you to stretch beyond your comfort zone. They push you to innovate, to adapt, to find new ways to overcome challenges. They teach you patience and persistence, two of the most important qualities you'll need in life. Without setbacks, you'd never learn the true depth of your own resilience. Think about the most successful people in the world. Every one of them has a story of failure, of falling short, of hitting rock bottom, but those setbacks didn't define them. What defined them was how they responded to those setbacks. They embraced them as lessons. They used their failures as fuel to propel themselves forward. They didn't let the setback stop them, they let it shape them into something stronger. When you start to see setbacks as lessons, you stop fearing failure. You stop avoiding risk. You stop playing small just to stay safe. You begin to understand that each setback is bringing you one step closer to where you need to be. It's not a punishment, it's a process. It's how you learn what doesn't work so you can figure out what does. It's how you sharpen your skills, deepen your understanding, and strengthen your resolve. Setbacks also teach you something invaluable: humility. They remind you that you don't have all the answers, that you're still a work in progress, and that there's always room to grow. They keep you grounded and remind you that success is not a straight line, but a winding road full of twists and turns. And that's okay, because every twist, every turn, every setback is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. But here's the most important thing to remember: setbacks are temporary. They only last as long as you let them. The moment you choose to see them as a lesson instead of a defeat, they lose their power to hold you back. You take control, you learn what you need to learn, and then you move forward, armed with new knowledge, new strength, and a deeper understanding of yourself and your journey. So when life knocks you down, don't waste time asking why me. Instead, ask, what is this here to teach me? Shift your perspective. Every setback is an invitation to grow, to evolve, to become better. It's a necessary part of your journey, not a roadblock, but a stepping stone. When you embrace setbacks as lessons, you turn what feels like a failure into a building block for your future success. Setbacks don't define you. What defines you is your ability to learn from them, to rise above them, and to keep moving forward. Because every setback carries with it the seed of a comeback. And it's in the comeback, in the lesson learned, that you discover just how powerful you truly are. Commitment is not something you do once and forget about. It's a decision you make every single day, especially on the days when it feels hardest. It's easy to be committed when everything is going well, when the path is clear and success seems within reach. But true commitment reveals itself when the road is long, when obstacles appear, and when doubt starts to creep in. That's when you have to dig deep and remind yourself why you started in the first place. Commitment is about showing up no matter what, not just when you feel motivated, not just when it's convenient, but every day, even when it's uncomfortable, even when the results aren't immediate. Because real success, the kind that lasts, isn't about bursts of effort, it's about consistency. It's about doing the work over and over, even when it feels like progress is slow, even when no one is watching, even when you're not sure it's making a difference. You keep going because you trust that every effort, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goal. Staying committed means embracing the process, not just the outcome. We live in a world that's obsessed with instant results, but the truth is, anything worth achieving takes time. It takes patience. It takes unwavering focus. You can't just be committed to the dream, you have to be committed to the steps it takes to get there, even when they seem tedious, even when they require sacrifices. The daily grind is where the magic happens. It's in those moments of discipline and dedication that you build the foundation for your future success. And here's the thing, there will be moments when you want to quit, when the doubt feels heavier than the dream, when you start to wonder if it's all worth it, if you're even capable of achieving what you've set out to do. But commitment is what keeps you going in those moments. It's what pushes you through the doubt, through the fear, through the uncertainty. Because deep down, you know that quitting won't get you any closer to your goal, but staying the course will. Commitment isn't about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes or always knowing the right path. It's about staying the course, even when things get messy, even when you stumble. It's about getting back up time and time again, no matter how many times you've fallen. Because every stumble is part of the journey. Every mistake is a chance to learn. And as long as you keep moving forward, as long as you stay committed, you are still on the path to success. There will be distractions along the way. People, opportunities, and challenges will try to pull your focus in different directions. You'll be tempted to take shortcuts, to follow the easier road, to abandon your original plan in favor of something quicker, something less demanding. But true commitment means staying aligned with your purpose. It means saying no to what doesn't serve you, to what doesn't bring you closer to your vision. It's about staying focused on your end goal, no matter how long it takes, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. Commitment also requires faith, not just faith in the process, but faith in yourself. You have to believe that you're capable of achieving what you've set out to do, even when the evidence isn't there yet. You have to trust that every step you take, every effort you make is building something greater, even when the progress feels invisible. Because the truth is, growth often happens beneath the surface, long before it's visible to the outside world. Stay committed to the invisible work, to the quiet hustle, because that's where real transformation begins. And when you stay committed, something powerful happens. You build momentum. One small step turns into 2, and then 3, and before you know it, you're making strides. The dream that once seemed distant starts to feel a little closer. The goal that once seemed impossible starts to feel within reach. Because commitment creates consistency, and consistency creates results. In the end, it's not talent or luck that separates those who achieve their dreams from those who don't. It's commitment. The willingness to keep going when things get hard. The dedication to continue the work when the excitement fades and reality sets in. The determination to stay the course, no matter how long the journey takes. So when you're tempted to give up, when the road feels too long or the goal feels too far, remember why you started. Remember that commitment isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about showing up every single day for your dream, for yourself, no matter what. Because when you stay committed, there is no limit to what you can achieve. The energy you surround yourself with has a profound impact on your life, often more than you realize. The people, the environment, the conversations you allow into your space, all of it shapes your mindset, your actions, and ultimately your future. If you want to achieve great things, if you want to grow into the person you're meant to be, you must be intentional about what you allow to influence you. You have to protect your energy and surround yourself with positivity. Positivity isn't just about people who smile all the time or who always say the right thing. It's deeper than that. It's about being around people who believe in your potential, who see the greatness in you, and who push you to reach it. It's about those who lift you higher, not by telling you what you want to hear, but by holding you accountable, by reminding you of your strength even on your toughest days. The truth is, not everyone will support your journey. Some people will doubt your vision, not because it's impossible, but because they can't see it for themselves. Others may be stuck in their own negativity, always focusing on what's wrong, what's missing, what's lacking. These are the voices that can plant seeds of doubt in your mind if you're not careful. And doubt, once planted, can take root and grow if you allow it. That's why it's crucial to surround yourself with those who see the best in you, who remind you of your worth, and who push you to keep going when the road gets hard. These are the people who will fuel your spirit, who will help you see the opportunities instead of the obstacles, who will remind you of the bigger picture when you get caught up in the challenges of the moment. But it's not just about the people, it's also about the environment you create for yourself. Your space should inspire you. The books you read, the music you listen to, the media you consume, all of it should uplift you, expand your thinking, and align with the life you're trying to build. If what you're consuming is constantly negative, if it's filled with fear, scarcity, or doubt, that energy seeps into your thoughts, your actions, and your results. But when you fill your world with positivity, with stories of hope, success, and resilience, you start to believe that those things are possible for you too. Positivity doesn't mean ignoring the hard realities of life. It doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect or avoiding the struggles. It means choosing to focus on the possibilities instead of the limitations. It's about shifting your mindset from why can't I to why not me. It's about seeing challenges not as reasons to quit, but as opportunities to grow. When you surround yourself with positivity, you create an environment where growth is inevitable. You start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You begin to believe in possibilities that once seemed out of reach. You tap into a well of strength and resilience you didn't even know you had. Positivity doesn't just change your mood, it changes your entire approach to life. And here's the thing, positivity is contagious. When you surround yourself with people who are driven, who are chasing their own dreams, who are committed to growth and excellence, it inspires you to do the same. Their energy lifts you. Their success reminds you of your own potential. You begin to realize that the more you celebrate others, the more you open yourself up to your own victories. But you also have to be mindful of your own energy. Are you bringing positivity into the spaces you enter? Are you contributing to an environment of growth and possibility? Positivity is a two-way street. It's not just about what you get, but also what you give. When you lift others up, when you encourage them, when you remind them of their worth, you create a cycle of positivity that not only benefits them, but also nurtures your own spirit. It's easy to get caught up in negativity, to complain about what's wrong or dwell on what's not working. But that energy drains you. It keeps you stuck. Surrounding yourself with positivity is about creating a space both internally and externally that propels you forward. It's about choosing every day to align yourself with people, ideas, and environments that support your growth, your dreams, and your well-being. At the end of the day, the people you surround yourself with, the energy you allow into your life will either lift you or limit you. Choose wisely. Choose to surround yourself with those who see your potential, who believe in your vision, and who push you to be better. Choose to create an environment of positivity where growth is not just possible, but inevitable. Because when you do, you'll not only change your life, you'll inspire those around you to do the same. Taking responsibility for your journey means understanding that your life, your dreams, and your destiny are in your hands. It's about owning every part of your story, the good, the bad, the challenges, and the triumphs. It's recognizing that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you have full control over how you respond, how you choose to move forward, and what you do with what you've been given. No one is coming to save you. No one else can live your life for you. And as long as you're waiting for external circumstances to change, waiting for someone to give you permission, waiting for the right moment, you're giving away your power. Taking responsibility is about reclaiming that power. It's saying, this is my life, these are my choices, and I am responsible for the outcome. It's easy to point fingers when things go wrong. It's easy to blame other people, circumstances, or bad luck when life doesn't go the way you planned. But the truth is, as long as you're blaming others, you're stuck in a cycle of inaction. You're giving away your agency, placing your future in the hands of something outside yourself. But when you take responsibility, you step into the driver's seat of your life. You stop waiting for the world to change, and you start making the changes yourself. Taking responsibility also means accepting that your past is a part of you, but it doesn't define you. Whatever mistakes you've made, whatever pain you've experienced, you have the power to move beyond it. It's not about pretending those things didn't happen or ignoring the impact they've had on you. It's about deciding that those experiences will not be the story that controls your future. You take what you've learned, you take the strength you've gained, and you use it to fuel your next steps forward. This journey is uniquely yours and no one can walk it but you. Yes, people can support you, they can guide you, inspire you, and help you along the way. But at the end of the day, the responsibility lies with you. You have to make the decisions, you have to take the risks, you have to be the one willing to step up and do the work, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's uncertain. When you take responsibility for your journey, you stop waiting for the perfect circumstances to start. You realize there's never going to be a perfect time, and no one is going to hand you a roadmap to your dreams. The path forward is created by the steps you take, one at a time. Every decision you make, every action you take is shaping your future. And when you own that, when you fully embrace that power, you begin to see that there's nothing stopping you from creating the life you want. Taking responsibility also means understanding that success doesn't happen overnight. It's built day by day through consistent effort, through the choices you make every single day. When you take responsibility, you stop looking for shortcuts. You stop expecting things to just fall into place without your participation. You know that if you want something, you have to put in the work. You have to be willing to show up, even when it's hard, even when it feels like progress is slow. And when things go wrong, you don't wallow in self-pity. You don't throw up your hands and say, this isn't fair. Instead, you ask yourself, what can I do differently? What can I learn from this? You understand that setbacks are part of the journey, but they don't define the journey. They are opportunities to adjust, to grow, to evolve. Taking responsibility means you own your mistakes, but you don't let them stop you. You use them as fuel to keep moving forward. When you take responsibility for your journey, you also stop comparing yourself to others. You realize that your path is your own and it doesn't have to look like anyone else's. You stop measuring your progress against someone else's timeline. You understand that what's meant for you will come to you, but only if you stay focused on your own journey, not someone else's. Taking responsibility means you trust your process, your timing, and your unique path. It's about acknowledging that while you can't control everything, you can control how you show up, you can control the effort you put in, the attitude you bring, and the decisions you make every day. You realize that your life is the sum of those decisions. And when you take responsibility for those decisions, you empower yourself to create the life you want. There is freedom in responsibility. Because when you take responsibility, you realize that you're no longer a victim of circumstance. You're not waiting for permission or for someone else to give you an opportunity. You become the creator of your life, the architect of your destiny. It's no longer about what happens to you, it's about what you do with what happens to you. So take responsibility. Own your journey, own your choices, and most importantly, own your power. Because the moment you do, everything changes. You become unstoppable. Not because life suddenly gets easier, but because you realize that you hold the power to shape your life no matter what comes your way. Before anything becomes reality, it must first exist in your mind. The power of visualization is not just in imagining what you want, but in truly seeing it, feeling it, and believing in it so deeply that it begins to guide your actions, your thoughts, and your decisions. When you visualize your success, you're not just daydreaming, you're setting a clear intention for your future. You're creating a mental roadmap that tells your subconscious mind, this is where we're going. Visualization is about creating a vivid picture of what success looks like to you. It's about going beyond the surface, beyond the idea of simply being successful and diving into the specifics of your vision. What does it feel like to wake up every day living the life you've dreamed of? What does it look like when you've achieved that goal? Who are you surrounded by? What are you doing? What kind of impact are you making? The clearer and more detailed that picture is, the more real it becomes in your mind and the more likely you are to manifest it in your life. But visualization is more than just imagining the end result. It's also about seeing yourself in the process. It's about picturing yourself putting in the work, overcoming obstacles, and staying committed even when it gets tough. You have to see yourself not just at the finish line, but on the journey, the ups, the downs, the moments of doubt, and the breakthroughs. When you visualize the entire process, you prepare yourself mentally for the challenges ahead. So when they come, you've already rehearsed how you'll face them. Your mind is a powerful tool, And when you visualize your success, you're training it to recognize opportunities that align with your vision. You start to notice things you might have otherwise overlooked, connections, ideas, resources that can help you move closer to your goal. This is because your brain is wired to seek out what you focus on. When you constantly focus on your vision of success, your mind becomes attuned to anything that can help make that vision a reality. But it's not enough to just think about your success passively. You have to engage with it. You have to feel it in your bones. What emotions rise up in you when you imagine achieving that goal? What sense of fulfillment, pride, or joy comes with it? When you connect emotionally to your vision, it becomes more than just a thought, it becomes a driving force. That emotional connection gives you the energy and motivation to keep going, even on days when doubt tries to creep in. Visualization also helps you build confidence. When you consistently see yourself succeeding in your mind, you start to believe that success is possible. You begin to internalize the idea that you are capable of achieving great things, and that belief is powerful. It shapes how you carry yourself, how you interact with others, and how you approach challenges. When you've seen yourself win in your mind over and over again, it becomes easier to believe that you can win in real life, no matter how big the dream or how tough the road. Visualization is about aligning your mind with the future you want, but it also pulls that future into your present. It allows you to act as if the success you seek is already on its way to you. When you visualize your success, you start showing up differently. You make decisions from a place of abundance, not scarcity. You take risks that align with your vision, knowing that the universe responds to bold action. You walk with the confidence of someone who already knows their value, their purpose, and their potential. But visualization alone isn't enough. You can't just sit in a room and dream of success, you have to act on it. Visualization is the starting point, the mental rehearsal that sets the stage, but it's your actions that bring the vision to life. Every day you must take steps that align with that vision, no matter how small those steps may seem. Each action, no matter how insignificant it feels in the moment, is part of building the bigger picture. The clearer your vision, the more intentional your actions will be, and the more aligned your choices become. And here's the beauty of visualization: the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. At first, it may feel difficult to fully picture yourself living that dream, especially if it feels far away. But the more you practice, the clearer the picture becomes. And as that picture sharpens in your mind, you begin to embody it. You stop waiting for success to arrive and start living in a way that attracts it. Success doesn't just happen by accident. It starts in your mind. It starts with a vision so clear, so compelling, that it draws you forward no matter what challenges arise. When you visualize your success, you're planting the seeds of that future. You're creating a blueprint that will guide you, inspire you, and keep you grounded in your purpose. And as long as you keep that vision alive, as long as you stay committed to it, there's nothing that can stop you from bringing it into reality. Gratitude is a powerful force that can shift your entire perspective on life. It's not just about saying thank you when things are going well, it's about cultivating a deep sense of appreciation for everything, both the joys and the challenges that shapes your journey. Gratitude isn't selective. It doesn't only apply when life hands you success or when the road is smooth. It's about recognizing the value in every experience, every moment, and every lesson, no matter how difficult or unexpected. When you practice gratitude, you begin to see life differently. You stop focusing on what you lack, and instead you open your eyes to the abundance that already surrounds you. It's easy to get caught up in what you don't have, in the goals you haven't yet reached, or the dreams that still feel distant. But when you choose to be grateful, you shift that energy. You begin to appreciate how far you've come, the people who support you, and the opportunities that exist in your life right now in this moment. Gratitude grounds you. It reminds you that even in the midst of uncertainty or struggle, there is always something to be thankful for. It's easy to be grateful when life is good, when everything is going according to plan. But the true power of gratitude shows up in the hard times, when things aren't going your way, when obstacles appear, when the road ahead feels long and difficult. That's when gratitude becomes a lifeline. It keeps you connected to the bigger picture, reminding you that even in difficulty, there is growth, there is learning, and there is always something to be gained. Gratitude is a daily practice. It's not a one-time thing or something you reserve for special occasions. It's a way of living, a mindset that you carry with you in everything you do. It's waking up each morning and saying thank you for another day to try again, to learn something new, to move one step closer to your dreams. It's looking at your challenges and saying thank you for the lessons you're teaching me. It's appreciating the people in your life, the ones who love you, the ones who challenge you, and even the ones who test your patience, because each one plays a role in shaping who you are. When you're grateful, you begin to notice things you might have otherwise overlooked. You start to see beauty in the small moments, in the quiet spaces in between the big events. You appreciate the simple joys, a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a good conversation with a friend, the sound of laughter, the feeling of the sun on your face. These are the moments that make life rich, and gratitude allows you to fully experience them. Gratitude also opens the door to more abundance. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you attract more of those things into your life. It's a shift in energy. Instead of coming from a place of scarcity, where you're always focused on what's missing, you begin to operate from a place of fullness. And when you live in a state of abundance, you're more open to receiving all the good that life has to offer. Being grateful doesn't mean ignoring the hardships. It doesn't mean pretending that everything is perfect. It means acknowledging the hard times, but choosing to see the silver linings. It means finding the strength to say, this is difficult, but I'm still grateful for what this experience is teaching me, because every challenge, every setback carries with it a lesson. And when you approach life with gratitude, you're able to find those lessons, even in the most trying of circumstances. Gratitude transforms your relationships as well. When you're thankful for the people in your life, you show up differently. You express appreciation more often. You become more compassionate, more understanding. Instead of taking people for granted, you recognize their contributions to your life and make sure they know how much they mean to you. Gratitude deepens connections and fosters an atmosphere of love, support, and mutual respect. But most importantly, gratitude changes you. It shifts your internal dialogue. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, on what's missing, you begin to focus on what's right. You start to see yourself in a new light, appreciating your own strength, resilience, and growth. You realize that even in moments of doubt or failure, there's something to be grateful for, whether it's the lesson learned or the opportunity to try again. And when you make gratitude a daily practice, you carry it with you everywhere. It becomes a part of who you are. You begin to face challenges with a sense of peace, knowing that no matter what happens, there's something to be thankful for. You approach your goals with a sense of abundance, trusting that you already have everything you need to succeed. You build a life rooted in appreciation, and that foundation is unshakable. Gratitude isn't just about what you have, it's about how you see the world. It's about recognizing that every moment is a gift, that every experience has value, and that even in the midst of difficulty, there is something to be thankful for. It's about choosing every day to focus on the good, to appreciate the present, and to trust that as long as you are grateful, more blessings will continue to flow into your life. So be grateful always, in the highs and in the lows, in the moments of triumph and in the moments of challenge. Because gratitude is the key that unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough, and it opens the door to all the possibilities yet to come. Life will inevitably throw challenges your way, moments of uncertainty, setbacks, disappointments, and times when you feel stuck. But no matter how hard things get or how many obstacles appear in your path, you must keep moving forward. Progress isn't always swift, and success doesn't always come easily, but what truly matters is that you keep pushing forward step by step, day by day. To keep moving forward is to embrace the understanding that life is a journey, not a destination. It's recognizing that the pursuit of your dreams, goals, and purpose isn't a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and unexpected detours. You may not always have the answers. You may not always know what's coming next, but forward motion is about trusting the process and believing in your ability to adapt, overcome, and continue evolving. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. It's easy to get caught up in the illusion that success is only defined by big moments, achieving a major milestone, landing the perfect opportunity, or having a breakthrough. But the truth is, progress is often incremental. It's the small, consistent actions that build up over time and ultimately lead you to where you want to go. Every time you push past resistance, every time you take a step in the direction of your dreams, you're getting closer, even if you can't see it in the moment. When you keep moving forward, you are committing to perseverance, and perseverance is key to any lasting success. There will be moments when it feels like nothing is happening, when you're putting in the effort but not seeing the results you want. These are the moments that test your resilience, your determination, and your faith in yourself. It's easy to lose motivation when the progress isn't visible, but progress is always happening beneath the surface. The seeds you're planting today will bloom in the future if you continue to nurture them with action and persistence. You will stumble, you will make mistakes, you will face failure. But forward motion means learning how to embrace these experiences as part of your growth rather than allowing them to stop you. Failure isn't the end, it's a stepping stone. It's a lesson, a teacher, and a necessary part of the journey. Each time you fail, you gain valuable insight into what works and what doesn't, into your strengths and weaknesses. And when you choose to keep moving forward in the face of failure, you turn that experience into wisdom, and that wisdom will guide you to greater success. There will also be times when fear tries to hold you back. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of rejection. It will whisper to you that you're not ready, that you're not good enough, that the path is too hard. But courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward despite it. To keep moving forward is to acknowledge the fear, but to not let it paralyze you. It's about understanding that fear is natural, but it's not a reason to stop. Every time you take action in the face of fear, you weaken its grip on you and strengthen your confidence. Sometimes moving forward requires you to change direction. You may have a clear vision of where you want to go, but life doesn't always follow your plan. There will be times when you have to pivot, to take a different path, or to reassess your goals. This isn't a failure, this is part of the journey. Flexibility and openness to change are essential when moving forward. When you let go of rigid expectations and embrace the flow of life, you allow yourself to grow in ways you might not have imagined. What may seem like a detour could lead you to an even greater destination. Moving forward also requires letting go of the past. You can't move forward if you're constantly looking back, holding on to old hurts, regrets, or disappointments. The past is done, and it doesn't have to dictate your future. Yes, there are lessons to be learned from your past, but once you've taken those lessons, release the rest. Carrying the weight of yesterday will only slow you down. Forward motion is about focusing on the present and the possibilities that lie ahead. It's about giving yourself permission to start fresh, to try again, and to approach life with renewed energy. There will be times when it feels like everything is against you, when the obstacles seem insurmountable and giving up feels like the easiest option. In those moments, remember why you started. Remember the vision, the dream, the passion that set you on this path in the first place. Hold on to that purpose like a guiding light in the darkness. When the road gets hard, your purpose will fuel your resilience. It will remind you that the struggle is temporary, but the reward for continuing is eternal. Sometimes it's about slowing down, taking a deep breath, and trusting that even a small step forward is still a step in the right direction. Life doesn't require you to have it all figured out, but it does require you to keep going, to keep showing up, to keep believing that your persistence will pay off. In the end, success isn't reserved for the smartest, the fastest, or the luckiest. It's for those who refuse to quit. Those who, no matter how many times they fall, always get back up and keep moving forward. Because the only way to truly fail is to stop trying. As long as you're still moving, as long as you're still taking action, no matter how small, you're on your way to the life you've always imagined. Keep moving forward, and the path will reveal itself in time. Celebrating the journey is about recognizing that life is not merely a series of destinations, but a rich tapestry woven with experiences, growth, and transformation. Each step you take, each moment you encounter contributes to your personal story, and embracing this journey is essential to living a fulfilling life. It's easy to fixate on the end goals, those big milestones that seem to define success, but the real magic happens along the way, in the everyday moments that shape who you are. To celebrate the journey means to acknowledge that every experience, both the highs and the lows, holds value. Life is a blend of triumphs and challenges, and each has something to teach you. Instead of waiting for the finish line to feel proud or accomplished, take the time to reflect on the progress you've made, the lessons you've learned, and the person you've become throughout this process. Each setback has its own wisdom, and each victory, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. Recognizing the significance of the journey requires a shift in perspective. Society often emphasizes the importance of results and achievements, leading many to overlook the importance of the path taken to get there. It's essential to embrace this shift to understand that the journey itself is a valuable teacher. Each challenge you face prepares you for what lies ahead, and each moment of joy adds depth to your experience. By celebrating these moments, you cultivate a sense of gratitude that enriches your life. Take a moment to reflect on your journey so far. Consider the obstacles you've overcome, the risks you've taken, and the progress you've made. Recognize that these are not just stepping stones to success, but integral parts of your story. Perhaps you took a leap of faith to pursue a dream, faced fear head-on, or adapted to unexpected circumstances. These experiences shape your character, build resilience, and cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Each one deserves acknowledgement. As you celebrate your journey, it's important to honor the people who have accompanied you along the way. Whether they are friends, family, mentors, or even strangers who offered a helping hand, the connections you build can profoundly impact your path. Celebrate the relationships that have nurtured your growth and the support you've received in times of need. Express gratitude for those who have cheered you on, offered guidance, or simply shared in your experiences. These relationships add richness to your journey and deserve recognition. In the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to become so focused on the end goal that you forget to enjoy the present moment. Celebration is about being fully present, acknowledging where you are right now, and finding joy in the everyday. Take time to appreciate the little things: the morning sun on your face, the laughter of loved ones, the satisfaction of completing a task, or the thrill of trying something new. When you consciously celebrate these moments, you invite more joy and fulfillment into your life. Celebration can take many forms, and it doesn't have to be grand or extravagant. It can be as simple as taking a moment to savor a cup of coffee in the morning, sharing a laugh with a friend, or treating yourself to something special. Consider creating rituals that mark your progress, whether that's journaling about your experiences, sharing your journey with others, or setting aside time for reflection. These rituals can serve as reminders to pause, appreciate, and celebrate the path you're on. Sometimes celebrating the journey involves acknowledging the difficulties you faced. Instead of glossing over hardships or pretending they didn't happen, take the time to reflect on how they've shaped you. Recognizing your struggles is not a sign of weakness, it's a testament to your strength and resilience. Celebrate the courage it took to face challenges and the growth that came from them. Each scar, each struggle, has contributed to the person you are today, and they all deserve recognition. As you navigate your journey, it's also essential to celebrate the moments of self-discovery. Life has a way of revealing who you truly are, and every lesson learned, every choice made, is a step toward a deeper understanding of yourself. Embrace the times you've stepped outside your comfort zone, the moments you've pursued your passions, and the clarity you've gained about what truly matters to you. Celebrate the ongoing process of becoming who you were meant to be. In a world that often prioritizes speed and efficiency, celebrating the journey encourages a slower, more intentional approach to life. It invites you to savor the process rather than rush to the finish line. When you allow yourself to celebrate along the way, you create a richer, more meaningful experience. You begin to see that life isn't just about achieving your goals, but about the person you become in the pursuit of those goals. Ultimately, celebrating the journey fosters a sense of fulfillment that transcends external achievements. When you learn to appreciate the process, the challenges, the victories, and the people around you, you cultivate a deeper sense of satisfaction and purpose. You begin to realize that your journey is uniquely yours, filled with lessons, connections, and experiences that no one else can replicate. Every moment is a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your life. And by celebrating the journey, you honor the artistry of your existence. So take a moment today to celebrate your journey, reflect on your growth, acknowledge your achievements, and cherish the people who have been part of your path. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for where you are right now, even if it's not where you want to be just yet. Celebrate the small victories and the lessons learned. Embrace the richness of the journey, for it is in this celebration that you'll find the true essence of life, a beautiful, ever-evolving process filled with wonder, growth, and endless possibilities.